first, before we start, even maybe like for instance, I've trimmed this picture. I think I have the one I've trimmed safe. So let me go and get it so that we don't have this background obstruction. Let me get the picture I've trimmed. Any picture at all. This picture. Let me off this light now. So this picture now, I want you to look at this picture and tell me where the shadow is and where the light is on this picture. Can you guess? Where is the light coming from? Left or right? Or yes, no, where is the light coming from? Where is the shadow?
From the light's coming from this side.
Why did you say so? That's from the left, right?
Yes, and the shadow is going back.
And why do you say so?
Because it's facing that side now.
It's
and
not because it's
shiny. It's a little bit shiny now.
It's not because it's facing that side,
This
but
place
because
is
it's
shiny.
shiny. Yeah. I agree with you that it's shiny, not because it's facing there.
It's shiny.
So, all right. So you are correct. You see that this place is dark, and this place has light.
Yes.
Okay. What we can say here is that the intensity of light here is more. There could be the surrounding light.
Yes.
You understand? Normal surrounding light is called ambience, and there could be a point light, a light that is pointing to the face. Are you getting it now? And so we have more of the point light here. Okay, more of the point light here than here. We can assume that it is even the light that is pointing, that is bouncing off and showing here. You understand?
Yes.
And that's what we could assume. So that if we want to introduce light in this scene, now that we have two lights here, now we have the yellow light here. Let me quickly rename that. Yellow light. Yellow light. We'll create one more light again. And we have the white light here. White light. So I can carry this my light now, this is my yellow light now, and come to this side of the face, and you will notice that it is actually telling on the face here. Are you seeing it now? Now there are a lot of things we do, because you cannot leave this light like this, it will be shining on the man's face. There are a lot of things we do to make the light not be intense like this, like looking as if it's cloudy or fog. No, it's not be fog like this, but it will be yellow as it is in its color, and it will be reflecting on the face. What do? Is a blend mode. We have various blend modes. The blend mode, we are scrolling through the blend mode. So what I wanted to say is that, depending on the version of Photoshop you are using, as you scroll through the blend mode, you see the light action.
Okay.
You get, mostly what we use is overlay. I'm there now. That's what you are seeing. You are not seeing the light again. I've left overlay. But look at when it was normal. You have the light on the face and you have it on the background.
Yes.
But when you change it to a blend mode like overlay, you have the light on the face, but you don't have it on the background.
Okay.
You understand? Except if that background is white anyway. Like if you change this background, let's change the background to white. Shift backspace shortcut for fill, and you change to white, and changes to white. So if we go select the yellow light and change the blend mode to overlay, you will notice, okay, the light will not still show. There's a way it shows. When small overlay works with mid-tones or mid-tone kind of colors. Mid-tone color is any color that is not too bright and not too dark. In between, mid. Tone is color, okay? So overlay works with mid-tones. So if I put, let me go and get a cloud. You know how cloud is?
Yeah.
It's white in some places, it's harsh or gray or bluish, light blue in color. So let me go and get a cloud from my design folder. Beaches, I hope you are there. Clouds. Okay, so we have a cloud here. So let me take this one. There's a cloud here. We'll take this cloud. It cannot be above, it will be beneath. So I'll just send it down below the light. It can even be below the man. Okay, you see the light. You see it now.
Yes.
But if it is too black, you will not see the effect.
Yes.
Are you getting now? That's exactly what they did with this. You know, the effect of overlay or what is it called? A bright yellowish surface is, you know, when they use the overlay, it will act more when the background is not pure white and when the background is not pure black. to act more. So that's light, with that color. So with this now, we have created light, although the light did not go round though. The light is, you can increase it. This thing about light is that you can control it, you get to control, you see it, it's all over the face now.
Yes.
And I can reduce it and it will just shine in a point. So I can even mask it like the way it is now. I can mask it, meaning I can put a layer mask here. Press enter. Can put a layer mask here and maybe even take it off completely, maybe by inverting it, Control I, and it's out. And I use my brush tool. With my brush tool selected, I reduce the opacity to 20 because I want to bring in the light small. Watch what I'm doing. Paint with white, not black. Are you noticing something?
Yes.
See before. Let me off it. See after.
Yes.
What has happened? Small light, yellowish light has entered the face. Are you getting that? So this is artificial. Let me load Blender. This is a tutorial. I'll load Blender. You see, Blender is a 3D application program. Once you just put a light, introduce light as an object in Blender, you will see the light, you will see the shadow. You understand? It's not like you create it and start controlling it. You will see the light, you will see the shadow. Let me look for one of my jobs I did. Swing animation. Okay, I did this thing now. Like I built it. So let me put the light thing. Go for layout. So we have light here. Look at this layout. I even have two lights here. This light. Let me off the light. You see the eye icon. What do you notice? But you are seeing that there's still one more light because you are seeing shadow. That light is directly overhead. Look at the second light here. If I off it, everywhere is dark. So the light is like real bulb because this is a 3D application program. 3D means that I can rotate around about this thing and you will see everywhere. It's not like I designed it. I designed it actually, but like it's not 2D. That when you design is only one side you are seeing. You cannot see the other side. I can see every side. So if I on the light in the room, let's assume you see the light. So I'm rotating it around and I'm moving around and you can see it. It's actually an animation. Let me play it. Swing. You see? So, but I'm just teaching you about light. So let's not go far. Now I've on the second light and everywhere is bright. So this light that I've added to the face, you can see how it's functioning. Automatically, you remember the color of this light. Let's disable mask. Remember the color of this light is yellow.
Okay.
Are you getting it now? And why
How do you
Photoshop?
disable that mask now?
You just hold down shift and click on the mask itself.
Okay.
If you click on the mask without holding down shift to activate, but if you hold down shift, click on it to disable.
Okay.
So now if you select like this light and put an adjustment layer like hue and saturation, you know what hue and saturation does now?
Yes.
Hue is color. Let's clip mask it to only the light, the yellow light. The reason is because we want it to affect only the light.
Okay.
Now what does hue do? When you change the color, it changes color. Are you seeing it now?
Yes.
So I have options to choose any light I want, including the color of the suit light. Are you seeing it? So even if I want reflection on the suit, or I want the suit to be brighter in some areas and make some areas darker, I can do it. This is also a way of dodging and burning. Are you getting it now? Remember, dodging and burning. So I'm just telling you that there's no limit. There's no limit to what you can do when you understand how to create this artificial light. Are you getting that? So now let's delete all these things. Let's do something that it could be very, very reasonable. I delete that. So that's the light back. I enable the enable the mask. So with my white brush, let me select the mask. With my white brush now, I can now 20%. I can now introduce more of that yellow light. You see it now. If I want it on the background, I will paint it on the background.
Okay.
Are you getting it now? It's very easy. If I want it on the background, I'll paint it on the background. Maybe like if I control click, I have selected the object. Okay, but remember that if you select object, you can right click and select inverse, meaning to not select the object, to select the surrounding apart from the object. Okay, so then now if I select that light, that mask rather, and change to brush 2. The reason why I'm doing this is that I don't want it to appear on the face again. So I can increase the opacity. That way it appeared on the cloud. I will bring it back. But I don't, I've controlled the one on the face. Because before it was so obvious. Look at before now. Let's disable, let me just paint everything. Disable this thing. Look at before. But when the mask is introduced and managed well on the face, look at after. Are you getting that? So it's controlled, and we have a glowy background there. To make this even much more interesting, maybe what we use, the color we use on the background could be this color. Simply beige. That's our background. Let me rename it to BG because of online lessons that we're listening to it. So shift and backspace, and come here, select color, select this color here, and pick whip to that color. Also, pick whip now. I draw, and you have that kind of background. I know it's too much. Okay, it's obviously too much. Okay, what we can do is, okay, maybe we'll just introduce another layer that will just put white, but send it down. White, send it down. Then on this particular layer, put a brush, a mask, and use our brush to clean some part of it so that it looks as if the top is the cloud. X, reduce the opacity to like 30. So what I'm doing, I'm just clicking, and now we have something that looks like. So it's just like, we have some part of the color around the background, that kind of scenario. Before you will put flower that is yellow, to mimic this design, put flower that is yellow, put your this, make it blurry, increase all those things. You will see your design popping out automatically, popping out. The point light is what we have worked on now. Let me bring back the background. We have tried to work on the point light to have this place show this way. Now, if we introduce another light by creating a new layer and shift, take the brush tool, reduce the hardness to 0, check the opacity, make it 100%, select a blue color of light. Let's use blue now, not as if it must be blue, but let's use blue. So we select a blue color of light and damp once. I've created a blue light. Make sure that blue color is showing on the foreground before you damp. So I've created a blue color light, then we can move it about. So you see that side of the face.
Yes.
And that's exactly our target. What do we do to make it not show on this side of the background? We can mask, or we can just put an overlay. And by the time you put overlay and present, you see that light there. So you can control the intensity, either reducing the opacity or reducing the fill, or using the brush to control it. Like on this ear now, it's not supposed to be so much on the ear, but so far we have created 2 lights, one showing from behind or by the side, and one showing right on the face. Are you getting that? So there's what they actually call color grading, where you bring 2 colors together and to make up a particular scene or film or movie, but it's just bringing 2 or more lights together. So if by what I'm doing, the 2 colors I want to use for my lights are blue and yellow, I will try to maintain it all the way. If it's blue, if it's yellow and red, I'll also try to maintain it all around. So that's something you should do. We created mask here. We can also create mask here and control the light on the ear. As you select the mask, you select your brush to reduce the size of the brush. It's too big. Somewhere around there. I can control it from here. So, and select a black brush, and it's 100%. No, I don't want to take it away completely. So let me say around 30 something percent. So we'll take it away gradually, so it will not be too obvious. and that there's a blue light, but it's just there on the face. Because look at it, if we remove it and if we put it, so we have created that look of two lights coming on one face. Get? You also know that there is a midpoint to all this. You know, this light and this light, thank God you know that primary colors give birth to secondary colors.
Yes.
When you mix this yellow light and the blue light, somewhere in the middle here, you will notice a new color. Are you getting that? Because of the two colors combining. Look at the before, when the blue was not there. This place was yellow completely. In fact, just acting with the face. But when we introduce blue, we did not just have blue that is like this, but we have a magenta kind of color showing at that point. So all these things are things that you also watch out for when you are mixing two lights. They will always have a new effect
Yes.
on the object. But so far so good. I hope you have understood this light thing and creating of the light.